guess it matters to her. In our previous episode, what to wear, we used the Kingdom Heirs, remember? Mm-hmm. As one of our examples. The Kingdom Heirs has a residency in Dollywood as a gospel music quartet and is featured as one of their main programs when you enjoy the park. So during the off season, the Kingdom Heirs also tour throughout the United States with their singing ministry. So during the episode last time on what to wear, we identified the quartet for their choice to be uniform in how they dress, right? So they all dress the same on the stage. We made an assumption that it was probably not their choice, but the park, a contract. But Mr. Rice, Mr. Arthur Rice, longtime member and lead singer of the group, sent us a message to point out that it was their choice to do that. Now, their choice to be unified in the way they dress makes a statement about their ministry, and it's a statement that Mitchie and I fully respect.
Yes, by all means.
Once you step back and you understand the mindset behind it, it sort of resembles soldiers going out to battle.
Yes.
They all got the same uniform on. They're unified, they have one voice, they're carrying the message of hope and inspiration.
Yes.
Also, Mr. Rice has agreed to come on our podcast in the future. So, if you have a topic you would like for us to cover with Arthur Rice of the Kingdom Heirs, drop us a message on Facebook or email us at shayandmitchie@gmail.com. Who knows? We get to 100 subscribers, we may give away a pair of tickets to Dollywood so you can go see Kingdom Heirs. And if you got to do this in August, you can go to October Gospel Fest month. Now that would be awesome.
Yes, it would.
So like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can get to 100 subscribers.
Yes.
Right? Also, stay tuned because this next episode, what are we going to be talking about today? Stage presence. You know, so we're going to take a break here in just a second and then we'll get to that. But before we take our break, it matters how you act on stage.
Yes, it does.
It matters how you dress. We talked about that in one other episode. And it matters how you conduct yourself. Does it?
Absolutely.
Now, you had a story the last time when we talked a couple of weeks ago that you would stand in your room and you had the old paneling in your room and you had the little knots on the wall. Mm-hmm. Kind of like the ones in this table right here.
Right.
And you would sing to those knots.
That's right.
And that's how you learned how to conduct yourself on stage.
To turn your head to make sure that you looked at all of those knots on the walls, because that would train you to be able to make sure that you viewed everyone in the audience.
Yeah.
That you made eye contact with them. I mean, pick your points and make sure you make eye contact.
Now, I heard someone say that it's a little bit unnerving sometimes to look somebody in the eye when you're singing. So look at the top of their hairline.
That's right.
And you won't be looking at them in the eye. You look at the top of their hairline, and it kind of takes your mind off. Or find the tops of the doorways.
Yes.
If you're on a stage, find the tops of the doorways. And I just made a no-no by the way I put my hand in front of my face. Don't ever do that either. And so I did a no-no on TV. I put my hand in front of my face. You're not supposed to do that on stage. But we're going to be talking about some tips, some ideas that'll help you be able, and it's not about putting on a show.
No.
It's about communicating. Mm-hmm. Like if you're having a conversation, if we were to sit here and not look at the camera every now and then, you would feel like, well, who are they talking to? If I was just staring over here all the time or over here all the time, and I didn't have a camera to look at, you wouldn't know who I was talking to. That would be weird.
That's right.
Some people go on stage and they'll look down, or they'll look up, or they'll close
their eyes.
close their eyes, which is no.
It's a no, but that's hard to keep from doing sometimes. You know, closing your eyes, because a lot of times you get caught up in the spirit, and a lot of times when that happens, you have a tendency to close your eyes.
And it's
Get lost in
okay
worship.
on some things, but not to get away from not looking at the audience.
Right.
You know, the audience wants you to look at them. They came to see you. They want you to see them. Ain't that right?
That's right.
So it says, my screensaver is loading. Guess It Matters with Shay and Mitchie. So that's what we're going to be talking about today on the podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Facebook. There it is. Guess It Matters. Like and subscribe. Facebook, YouTube. And if you have to send us an email, be sure to send us an email.
That's right. Yep.
And we will be forever grateful because we're trying to get to that 100 subscribers and more.
Yes.
And maybe one day we'll get there. So, but this ought to be a fun topic.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Be a fun topic. So stay with us, and we'll be back after the little short break. I'm glad you
You are sitting in the audience and your favorite singer walks out on stage. They walk up to the mic and they don't smile. They don't look up at the audience, and they are
Haphazardly.
with no emotion singing your favorite song. And all of a sudden you ask the person with you, what do you think is wrong with them? This is the same thing going on in the audience, if this is how you are presenting your music. I know you are timid and shy. I know you only learned this song last week. I know you know that we know you can't do it like Jason Crab, but it's a great song and you love the lyrics. Now, stop right there and think for just a second why you chose that song to sing to your audience. It created an emotion in you, and it meant something to you in a way that made you want to share it with someone else. Therefore, it is your turn to create those moments for the audience, so they not only hear it in your voice, but they can experience it how it makes you feel. The return is that they will feel it. They will feel that too.
Yeah.
And here are a few tips from us that might help you win the struggle with stage presence.
Number 1, be prepared.
Yes.
Make sure that you know your words, that you can sing the song backwards and forwards. We used to say this, sing it till you're sick of it.
Yes.
Your audience, they've only heard it the one time that you did it just now. And you did it for the first time, and you'll only do it once for them. But it should not be the first time you do it.
And that's right.
If you can't do the song without a cheat sheet, find a way to have those words on a screen away from your face. Music stands should never be used as a shield between you and your audience.
That's right. Number 2, the microphone and the stand are not just tools, they are props.
Yeah.
Don't allow the microphone to cover up your face. Make sure that the microphone is angled up to your mouth, but not so much that the audience can't see your facial expressions. Make sure that if you do use a stand, that you use your hands to convey the song to the audience. Use gestures, or if singing gospel, raise your hand. Also, for ensemble groups like trios and quartets, if one person loses the mic stand, you all have to lose the mic stand with One exception, if you are pulled back from the front of the stage and the person that is singing lead is mainly featured. And out front, then everyone else is free to keep the stands. But if all stands are up at the front of the stage and one person pulls mic from their stand, then everyone else should do the same.
Yes. Looks weird when you don't.
Yeah.
Number 3, again, talking to trios and especially quartets. If someone steps out of their place to one side of the stage or the other, don't stand behind them. If I'm seated in the audience and there are 4 people on the stage, then I should always be able to see 4 people at all times. Mm-hmm. Don't hide behind the person singing. If they walk in front of you, then you change places with them. You slide into the place that they walked away from and then back when they move. Make sure you know where each other is at all times. And don't have one person off in left field or another standing too close or too far away from everyone else. Just maintain your distance and make sure that you're all uniform.
And number 4, the songs you are singing is a conversation with your audience. So keep this in mind and sing to them, communicate with them, and acknowledge them. Don't be looking at the ceiling or the floor, and don't just stand there with your eyes closed. Remember, it is a conversation, and if you are uncomfortable, they are uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Whatever you're feeling, they're feeling. Most of all, number 5, have fun.
Yeah.
If you're having fun and you're confident, then your audience will enjoy that you are enjoying it. The best way to achieve this is to video yourself and get over the embarrassment of seeing yourself. Mm-hmm. Now, once you get past all of that, begin to notice the little things you do that make you feel uncomfortable about yourself. Mm-hmm. Once you address those issues and are able to fix them, you are well on your way to being confident on stage.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Next, we are going to watch a few groups on video without the sound.
That's right.
Copyright laws being what they are and all, but more importantly, we are doing this to emphasize their stage presence. Since we have been picking on the Kingdom Heirs, who better to demonstrate a great awareness on stage than the guys themselves. And after them, we are going to show a clip of Brian Free and Assurance.
Yeah. So what I have to do is to do TV magic here, since we don't have all the thousands and millions of dollars worth of equipment. I'm going to grab my iPad, and we're gonna watch them here. But when we do the post editing, they'll be able to see it full screen.
Yes.
All right. So that way everybody knows what we're watching.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying this?
I'm enjoying it.
Now, when you were growing up, now you started singing when you were 6 years old,
Right.
or a little before, about 4.5 or 5. How important was it to you to communicate with your audience? Because you couldn't speak English at first.
Exactly. And nobody understood me at all. But I know as a little girl, I wanted to keep the attention of the audience. So smiling
Yeah.
and making sure that you look at them, have some key points that you have in the audience in order to, so that way you can get a full view of everyone. Okay?
Yeah. All right. So we're going to be watching the Kingdom Heirs first, and here we go. Now you got them all up there singing. They're all clapping. Author is saying something in the mic, but look at them. Watch where their attention goes. The band is playing, so their attention is going toward the band, right? Mm-hmm. And their attention is going to the bass singer. uh, Mr. Chapman. And I did some little skipping here so that we could. They're doing a little monkeying around right there, and they're just having fun. That's
Yes.
important, right?
Absolutely.
And we talked about them last week. They're all wearing the same suit, and they're not at Dollywood in this video. So they do wear the same suits when they go out. But don't they look? Everybody looks uniform, right? Now they're trying to get the audience involved. And what do you see?
What do I see?
Yeah.
I see them having an awesome time, and they're allowing the audience to participate. And I believe the audience would be having a good time. I know I would be.
Yeah, and this is just a few, like 1 minute of an hour and 30-minute program. But you notice, now we stop it right
Everyone
there.
looks happy too.
They look
like
happy.
they're enjoying what they're doing.
Yeah, they're engaged in the audience. They're not looking anywhere but at their audience. Right? These guys are, of course, Arthur Rice studied under Jim Hamill, which was probably one of the best stage guys. You got to sing with them when you were little.
Yeah.
What was your first encounter with Jim Hamill?
Oh my! First time I ever met him, it was after the singing, and he went like this to me.
All right.
Hello.
But he was communicating.
Yes.
And he was having fun. And you remembered that.
I do.
You remembered that. And I mean, he didn't mean it as anything mean or anything like that. He just, there you are, and he's like, hey, because it's back. This is what, in the 80s.
Yeah.
So it was a little different to see an Asian in church in the 80s in Mississippi or Alabama.
Yeah.
You know, Mississippi has an entire town full of Asians in certain places, but not North Alabama. So we're going to go and watch. Now, the reason I wanted to do Brian Free is because there is nobody, in my opinion, that can facially and emotionally capture a song like Brian Free. Ever since I've ever watched him when I was growing up, you do this too, and I was trying to find video of you, but I couldn't find it. Well, I will one of these days. We're working on a music video anyway, and people will be able to see that. But you can go watch our Facebook Live posts and watch her sing. She sings from the very top of her hair follicles down to her little toe. Every word and syllable comes through her facial expressions. And it's just because you're having that much fun. You believe what you're singing.
I enjoy it, and I love it. And just to be able to open my mouth and let a sound come out, and just to be able to sing praises unto my Lord and Savior, it just gives me such great honor.
Now, you've had to do secular songs before, and you're not much different when you sing secular songs.
I have fun doing that.
But it's just has to be the right kind.
It has to be the right kind.
Yeah, if you go watch some of our live videos on Facebook, sometimes she does love can build a bridge. Is that right? The old Judds. She does a great job doing that song. All right, so let's look and watch Brian Free and Assurance on one of their live. Now I want you to kind of, when it comes up, I want you to tell me what you're seeing, and then we'll talk about it. Okay. Takes a little bit for the computer to come up there, don't it? All right, here we go.
There we go.
All right, you got to be talking now. You can't just
All
be
right,
watching.
I'm talking. Okay.
All right, one thing I want to notice is he's out front singing, and there we're behind him during that song.
Right.
So you see how they're coming up? Now watch. The camera angle is down front, but you still see the way they're staggered. You still three people.
Yeah.
You still see three people.
The main singer is out front, and then the two was behind while he was singing his probably his verse.
But the main part is I want you to watch their facial expressions. I'm going to back this up so we can watch it again. Watch their facial expressions. Watch Brian. Watch it. He is pouring his heart out in this song to the audience. Every word. He's not just standing there staring off.
You feel it. You don't even know what he's singing because you got it silenced, but you feel
you still feel the intensity of the song.
Yeah.
Even the baritone singer on the right side of the screen. I mean, usually baritone singers don't have a whole lot of feeling, or they're just sort of dull by nature. I guess I don't know how you say that, but he's even. I mean, you can even tell.
He's all involved in that song.
He's all involved in that song. And of course, they all those guys, I mean, every song they sing, they do. And that's the point that we're trying to make today.
Yes.
Is songs are emotional. The messages in songs are written to grab your emotions. Because your emotions is what helps get you to that place where you can be inspired, where hope comes
Absolutely.
from. You hear Blessed Assurance, and the way that song was arranged, it wasn't just a monotone.
It's a song of hope.
Yeah.
I mean, when you
I guarantee
just the lyrics itself, just lets you realize there's hope.
You take the old hymn song "Amazing Grace," and the first all four stanzas have the exact same melody, and you sing it about amazing grace, and then you say through many dangers, toils and snares, and then you get down through the third and fourth verse, and then you get to that. There's like 7 verses to it, but the 4 main verses that we always sing in church. When you get to that last one that we always do, when we've been there 10,000 years, it just changes the dynamic of the song, and you build on it. But if you're just standing there, holding your microphone and there's no life in you, you don't believe what you're singing, the song really just...
It's a facial expression of a monotone. It just don't go over very well.
Yeah.
It's just dry, and you can't be that way. You can't sing it that way.
One last point that I want to make before we go. Don't rehearse it to the point that it's fake.
That's right.
If you're not feeling it, do a different song.
Exactly.
Find a song that speaks to you. But don't choreograph it just because what we're talking about may get you a little more brownie points with the church group that you're with. Go all out. Mm-hmm. Feel every word.
Sincerity.
Know the words.
Yeah.
And be confident.
Mm-hmm.
Communicate that to your audience. Have fun. And watch what happens to your ministry, or if you're in secular music, watch what happens to your performance. That's when you start connecting with people and you start creating moments with them.
Yes.
That song that you sang changed something about them.
Absolutely.
And if you need any pointers outside of the Kingdom Heirs and Brian Free and Assurance, go look up some videos of her. She sings all the way down to her stocking feet. She just gets all up in a song, and I love it. I get to sing and watch her every time we get on stage. I love it. That's why I married her. And she's probably sings to y'all more than she does to me. No. You got anything else today?
I don't have anything
Like and
else.
Subscribe. Guess It Matters.
Yes, It Matters.
And Facebook. And YouTube. And Anchor. And Spotify and Apple. That's our podcast. If you don't have time,
like and subscribe.
if you don't have time to watch it, you can go listen to it.
That's right.
And we appreciate you guys being with us today. Thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you next time. Get those subscribers so we can get our own channel.
Yes.
Love y'all.
God bless.
Guess It Matters.